Hello everybody, this is Hyperclose64. Welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. We are continuing from Rosalina's storybook. Right now we're on Chapter 5, Home. The kitchen will go here, and the library will go over there. The girl said busily to herself, "We'll put the gate here." Yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier. Either this develops in the planet that Rosalina goes once every 100 years, or at the Comet Observatory. I have a feeling it's mostly more like the planet than the I'm not honestly so sure. Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she's been bustling around at a feverish pace. Oh, my bad. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it to make a happy home. It turned out that star bits weren't the only things buried in the ice. There were tools and furniture, unlike any they have ever seen, and the girl used them to build a home. And even though it was extremely small, it just looks like it was so big on the inside. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, "Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us? With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate, which is pretty much all the domes in, almost all domes in the Comet Observatory." It was clearly spacious, but still, something seemed to be missing. "If only my father, brother, and mother were here," the girl said wishfully. You just gotta wonder, aren't their family just worrying about her right now? They're trying to find her back on her home planet? This makes me wonder. Indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close to her heart, the girl fell asleep in the starship. Chapter 6, Friends. Then one day, when the girl sat sipping tea, a tiny apricot-colored planet appeared on the horizon. From the planet, another Luma of the same color emerged. "Do you two know each other?" the girl asked the two Lumas gleefully. Despite the girl's excitement, they seemed uneasy. The two Lumas neither drew closer nor backed away from each other. Instead, they just stared. Then one Luma broke the silence. "My mama!" At once, the apricot Luma, I don't know what that says, parroted back, "My mama, my mama! My mama, my mama!" The two Lumas began to dance around the girl frantically, and neither showed any sign of stopping. The girl was so charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh. And that's when something very strange happened. Blah, blah, blah. Suddenly, more Lumas began to pop out from the apricot planet. They were different colors, but they all shouted the same thing. "My mama! My mama!" The sight of all the shouting Lumas only made the girl laugh harder. "What am I going to do with all these children?" The Lumas just stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. "I guess we'll have to name each and every one of you." Wow, that must have been a long time. Tomorrow, once she has finished naming them all, she would begin moving all the Lumas into the new home. Alright, there's gonna be a music change here. Or, never mind here. Never mind. Chapter 7, The Telescope. After seeing their 100th comet, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. "I wonder if my home planet is still as blue as it was." Then, that's when she remembered her father's telescope. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into sight. It was smaller than a star bit. How strange, it's so far away, but it feels so close. She twisted the knob of the telescope, and the blue dots grew until she could make out a grassy hill dotted with flowers. It seemed very familiar to her. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. I used to go stargazing. Nah, I skipped some lines. She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up the hill and looked at the stars. She remembered how she and her brother would sled down the hill. She remembered having picnic. Yes, this is where the music changes. She remembered having picnics with her mother on that hill on bright and windy days. This is a very sad song. I'm going to let you guys listen. And I want to go home. I want to go home right now. The girl burst into tears, and Luma didn't know what to do. This is a very sad song, guys. I honestly really like this song. I want to go home. I want to go back to my house by the hill. I want to see my mother. The girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. But I know she's not there. I knew all along that she wasn't out there in the sky because she's sleeping under the tree on the hill. The girl's cries echoed through the stars, and a hush fell over the area. Chapter 8, The Wish. Though usually quite cheery, one day the girl became sad again. Luma drew closer and tried to comfort her. Mommy, you still have me. And don't be sad about your mama, because she's a part of you. That means she's always close by. It's like me. I don't starve it because they remind me of my mama. No, the girl said, unable to stop the tears. A lonely look flickered across Luma's face, but it was soon replaced with a wide grin. I have an idea. I will transform into a comet, a soaring comet that can carry you all on this journey. With this, Luma, trailing bands of light, soared high to the sky, and just as quickly started to plummet back down. Kaboom! Kablam! The ground shook, and a bright light poured out of the crater that the Luma had created. And that's when the Comet Observatory was created. The bands of light twisted together to form a comet tail. And the Luma emerged, reborn as a comet. The girl could scarcely believe her eyes. But how? She kept asking. Our destiny as Lumas is to transform into different things, said a red Luma, who suddenly appeared. When I grow up, I want to become a star that makes someone special smile, said a green Luma. A blue Luma chimed in. That Luma turned into a real cutie of a comet, didn't he? All the Luma scared said, "No more crying, Mama." "Thank you," said the girl, in a whisper, and she pulled the Lumas close and hugged them. From that day on, starbits no longer fell from the girl's eyes. That comet set forth to the girl's home planet, its long tail rising proudly behind it. Final chapter, Family. With its many lumas and telescopes, the comet was quite a sight to behold. The girl and the lumas were proud to call it home. At a welcoming party for a new luma, the girl gathered everyone in the kitchen and said in a louder voice than usual, "Alright everyone, let's make a cake. A cake sparkled with starbits. And then it will be a star cake." The Loomis excitedly began to gather the ingredients. As she watched the Loomis scarcely about, the girl smiled and thought to herself, "This is my family now, and I will stay with them until they're ready to leave the nest. And when they do leave, I'll see them off with a smile, because that's what makes a mother happiest." That night, when the girl lay down to sleep, a soft light enveloped her and reminded her of the blue planet she once called home. But it would be nice to return home once every 100 years, to nap in my favorite sleeping nook. Yes, so, yeah. The comet carried the Loomis, and the girls continue on its journey to this very day. And of course, it passes the Mushroom Kingdom once every 100 years. With more family members in tow than can be counted, it's said that the comet visits the girl's home planet once every 100 years, and its proud white tail glittering in the sky. The end.
That's all.
That's all. My story is finished. I gotta say, guys, that's a really sad story, and it really solves everything about who Rosalia really is. This is probably one of the main reasons why Super Mario Galaxy has more of a plot than Galaxy 2 does. It just gives a lot, there's just a lot more development. It shows like Rosalia's development throughout the years. And you know, I didn't think it was really that bad, honestly. I don't think it's that bad. But, enough of that. I still can't believe that took 2 parts. 2 parts to finish up that story. But whatever, guys. In the next part, we will finish up all the purple comets, hopefully. We will head up to the garden, and hopefully in the next couple parts, we will finish up the purple comets, defeat the final boss, and conclude this Let's Play. Thank you everybody for watching. See you guys next part. This is Cybercode 64 signing out.